What's up, guys? So a lot of people have actually reached out to me and said, I'd love to do what you do, but I don't know how. Well, guess what? That's how I started out. Didn't know anything. Sometimes still feel like I don't. But I want to invest, but I don't have any money down. I want to invest, but I don't know where to start. I want to invest, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to do another video on money down and how you can buy a house with no money down. What does that mean? Not necessarily zero down, like not paying anything down, but using money that's not yours. Most of my houses that I use, I don't use my own personal money. And then I do the Brrrr strategy. So in 3 months, I get that money back, I put it back into my account, and then eventually I reinvest it again and again and again and over. So the strategy that I do is called the Brrrr method, okay? First, if you're familiar with Bigger Pockets, they're one of the first ones that I saw that went over everything. So the Brrrr method is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. What does that mean? Well, you buy the house, right? You rehab it, because the only way to really get a good Brrrr is to buy a house that probably needs some rehab, or maybe a house that you stole. You got to rent it, right? You got to have someone in there renting it after you rehab it. And then you refinance it. So the whole point of a Brrrr method is to refinance and pull your money that you've invested out, so you have no money left in the deal, right? And then repeat. Repeat is self-explanatory. Repeat it, right? And so there might be times where you have 2, 3, 4, 5 houses going on at once. So sometimes, for example, I catch myself with all my money invested in, multiple houses. So I'm like, we're living on beans, right? We're trying to survive because I've got so much money invested, but I do know that eventually I'm going to pull that money out. But the downside is it doesn't last long because I'm reinvesting it into another house. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of some Brrrr methods, some Brrrrs that I've done in the past. So the first one is called the country house. Okay, I bought this off market. Someone called me on it and asked me if I wanted to buy it from them. I bought it for $130,000. Okay, it's on an acre. It's got a 40 by 40 shop on it, 1,500 square foot house, really nice. Tyler at Tulsa Federal gave me the AVM, and it came in at $262. So bought the house for $130. The value came in at $262,100. I set up rehab on the house for $30,000. I put $15,000 down. All right, so that's the numbers on that. Now you take the $130 that I bought it for plus $30,000 for rehab. I'm in it for $160. All right, and now my total loan with Jake at Defiance Capital was $160 minus $15,000. The loan amount is $145. All right, so I went ahead and I did all the rehab, and then I refinanced it. So my payoff with Defiance Capital was $145,000, and 80% refi on the AVM was $209,680. Okay, so if you take $262,100 times 80%, the total is $209,680. All right, then you take the amount that I owe, which is $145. So you take $209,680 minus $145. That gives me $64,680. Okay, so I had $64,680 left on my cash out refi. That's what I was able to cash out from the bank. I took my $15,000 and reimbursed it from the $64,680. So I had $49,680 left over to keep or leave in the deal as equity. So the whole point of the Brrrr method is to not leave money in the deal, okay? There are gonna be some deals where you leave money in it, sure, perfect. Guess what? If I could tell you that you could buy a house with only $5,000 down, you would do it, correct? Sure. So if you do leave money in the deal, so be it, right? Make it a learning experience. Sometimes it's gonna happen, but the whole goal is to invest money into the deal. When you refinance it, you pull that money out, right? Have zero in the deal, have a house, have cash flow, right? Build your long-term equity in the house. It's a marathon, right? And then take that money and reinvest it into another house. Take that money, reinvest it into a house. So the whole point is to not have money left in the deal.